the Canadian Card Collector here, and today in front of us I have another mystery box, and this one comes all the way from Daniel Madison, or Daniel Madison's website here. And what is this? It just looks like a brown box. Well, I went on his website and I seen something about like burner decks, like cheap decks, I guess, or something. Burner decks. There, I'm not even sure exactly what's in here, but this is the 6-pack. There was a 12-pack, but those were sold out. I wanted to get one of those, but I was a little too late to get those. But I did get a 6-pack there, and these were $20 a box, and there was $14 shipping, so it came out to $33. And it actually says in Canadian, so that's actually really good pricing if it shows that in Canadian prices for 6 decks. So this is the Burner Decks 6-pack mystery box. So let's just crack on into this and see what's inside. So we got some bubble wrap. This was inside another bigger, like, kind of bubble mailer, but I took that off just because I had information and stuff. So let's see how I crack this open. Some tape here at the bottom. Let's just try not to cut the cards there. Let's just rip right on into this. So we definitely got some packing peanuts. And you could slightly see some of the cards in there. So let me just reach in and grab first. And the first deck. And I had no idea if these were open or sealed decks. And it looks like this first one is open. Okay, it's a 311 deck. Always love 311 decks. And it's definitely used, because that definitely makes sense for the price. Here, but it is the Darren Brown playing card, slightly definitely crunched. The cards inside here, they still look pretty decent, a little brown on the edges, but they still fanned pretty nice. They're not too bad. A pretty nice looking deck. And that's number 1. And it's kind of cool to have them open, so if I do get a deck that I don't have, then I can always review it on the channel. And it's always nice to have just like some like burner decks that I can use for myself. And then for deck number 2, we have, looks like a Joker and the Thieves deck. I'm not entirely sure what this one is. It says Joker and the Thieves. I'm not sure exactly what deck this is, but it's one of the Joker and the Thieves. It's white and gold colorway. Also open. Looks like pretty good condition. I don't have too many Joker and the Thieves decks. I don't think I might have like one. I don't even think I have any, to be honest. I can't even think of one. And here's kind of what the cards look like. A little sneak peek. So we'll be seeing those on the channel sometime. But they still handle pretty nicely as well. And the tuck box is actually in slightly better condition. And then for our next deck, we have just a Bicycle Standards. And they're in red. So nothing too crazy there. We've all seen those. But this is the tuck box that has the little free Apple sticker on top. And on to our 4th deck, we have, I do not have many David Blaine decks, and this looks like the Red Lions. They're the B series in red. Or it's the White Lions. Kind of hard to see there, but it is the White Lions in red. They're the tuck boxes, definitely seen better days, a little worn. Definitely one of his more used decks. But there's the backside, another deck that I do not have that we could also review on the channel. And these still handle pretty nicely. There, so another fantastic find. So that's deck number 4, the red colorway of the White Lions. There's actually a few more decks in here. Yeah, that's 4. No, wait, there's 2 more decks. Yeah, never mind. I can't count, I guess. This one's slightly falling out here. But we have this deck. It has limited edition. And it is the I can't pronounce that. With a red and white kind of colorway. Here's kind of what the back design kind of looks like. Maybe, wait, no. Yeah, okay, here's what the back design looks like. Kind of cool for fans. You can do like a 2-style fan to it. They don't look too bad either. I mean, they're all slightly like browned on the edges just because they're slightly used, but not anything like too crazy or anything. They still feel pretty nice. And the last deck in here, we do got the little Slight Club kind of little card here. And the last deck in the thing. Oh, we actually got a brand new deck. And it says NKW Cadenza here. The Diamond Finish Supreme Quality. And NKW playing card. Cadenza. That was actually still pretty nice. And we've got a bunch of packing peanuts in here. So there's nothing left in the box. So we can just kind of close that up. Try not to lose any of the peanuts and make a mess. Move that off to the side. And we'll do a little recap of the cards here. So we'll start from this one. Here's the worst out of all 3 of them. But since these were pretty cheap, and they were literally called burner decks. So that's burner decks are just decks that you can just use and not care about and stuff like that. And this is definitely one of those because the tuck box is definitely crunched a lot, but the cards are still actually pretty nice condition. Definitely still has some life left in those. There. And we just got the red bicycle standards. They're nice and cheap and classic. They're still pretty good condition, but nothing too crazy there. And we got this deck called the Show Duo or something, which I cannot pronounce really. Pretty interesting. Never seen these before. They look not too bad. And then we got this brand new deck here. The NKW Cadenza. Here in that kind of blue colorway. Brand new. And then the last 2 decks are probably my favorite here. So we got a Joker and the Thieves. One of my first Joker and the Thieves. I think it's my first one in my collection. But it's hard to tell. But they look fantastic. And I'm excited to take a look at these soon. And then one of my favorites is this Dan and Dave. David Blaine. Sorry, they both start with a D. So yeah, there's David Blaine, the White Lines, the red edition, the B series there, which looks fantastic. Tuck box, obviously, is a little rough around the edges in some spots, but the cards themselves still fantastic. So we'll do a video on those at some point, and all these other 2 open ones as well. There. But that has been the 6-pack burner decks mystery box from Daniel Madison there. And honestly, I quite liked it. Obviously, there's 2 decks that are kind of like, I've already have these in the collection, and I have these as well. There. But it's always nice to have some extra open decks. They're just to practice with and stuff. But I still like all the cards. And I got 4 new ones for the collection. 1 sealed one to go in my sealed collection. And then 3 more new ones to go in my open collection there. And 3 I can review onto the channel. So, with that being said, I'm the Canadian Collector, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.